Hello everybody, welcome back to Random Rosters here on youtube.com/ShaunosaurusRex inside of NBA 2K24. Mondays, Wednesdays, doubleheaders of basketball happening here on the channel. So be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring the bell. You'll be notified when I post new videos. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I am so close to 2,000 subscribers. So if you have not subscribed yet, do so. Thanks again for watching. We have a couple of games that we're going to look at today. I am undecided on one of them, but they're going to be after the first game that we're going to watch, so I'll kind of just make like a gut check decision at the end here. We have these three games that I think are actually all very interesting, but we've seen both the 76ers and the Jazz fairly recently, and we've seen, honestly, both the Spurs and the Indiana Pacers fairly recently as well. I just don't know which way to go. But I do know that even though we just had them on Monday's video, we're going to watch the best game that is available, which is the Raptors taking on the Bucks. I guess we could go West Coast or Western Conference. Pardon me, to one game from each. Otherwise, we're looking at a lot of Eastern Conference teams, which I don't think is a big deal. But I don't know. I try to balance it, but who knows. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to jump in here to the Raptors taking on the Bucks, and we will, you know what, we'll leave them in those uniforms just like that. That is perfectly fine. I don't know if I set that to it last time and it just kept the settings or whatever. I don't think it would do that, though, but who knows? Who knows? Excellent. A copyright claim right off the bat. Damn it. Dang it. Okay, so let's...
In the home of the brave.
Performing our national anthem, that was Skylar Cole. And now we'll be back in just a moment.
All right. Oh my God. So we go from the national anthem to a highlight reel. Pick one or the other. We don't need both of these. Come on. Oh, is it having the editing errors too? Those are my favorite. I don't think it's going to have the editing errors when you have the... Well, I didn't pick the uniforms.
It's Thursday afternoon, and we've got
Thursday afternoon, and there's Bongo or whatever.
The NBA on 2K Sports.
I forget. The mascot for the Bucks has like a weird name. All right, we're here in Milwaukee, in the state of Wisconsin.
With Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, and giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Ali LaForce. And now in December, here's what the Eastern Conference standings look like.
Okay, so this was as good a matchup as I thought it would be. Orlando, the only team that's kind of waffling in there.
Neck and neck at the top. They're tied in first place.
This is exciting.
You know, for the Raptors,
this is exciting.
You have to really give it to them. I mean, they are backing up all the preseason hype. They've been outstanding early. It appears to me, though, that this group has all the ingredients for a special season.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Toronto Raptors. We've got Jaren Jackson.
We're back at an old 2K football game inside of, for the regular random rosters. Irving versus Simmons, and that is...
And for Milwaukee, Hayes is out there with Kyrie Irving. Then there's Robert Williams.
That is your key matchup of the day. Nice looking court here for the Bucks. I like that it's stylized. So we're technically, this video is posting on December 6th, but we are actually in December 7th of NBA action because the schedule is all out of sync, and there was not actually a single game of NBA happening on the 6th, so I had to advance the day. Actually, I was going to pick the best matchups from the 6th, the 5th, or the 7th, but I accidentally simmed through one of the days. So here we are. We're on December 7th. So it's okay because none of these games are actually happening, so it's not that like out of sync. And I bet if I hadn't even mentioned anything, no one would have noticed. But just in case you did and you thought, huh, it's odd that he didn't notice that. Oh, I know, it's there. Milwaukee off to a quick start with a nice jam home. And these uniforms on both teams looking very nice. They'll take an early 2-0 lead here. As some results are scrolling across the bottom of your screen. New York over Cleveland, 54-54. He fights through the screen, gets positioning on the defense, sees Irving coming in to help in the paint. Pulls up for the mid-range jumper and knocks it home.
It gives you a lot of confidence going into the next meeting. You know you can push this team around in the paint and win the physical battle.
Levine finds Irving on the wing there. Sohan. Back out top. Gonna move it around the perimeter here. Pretty good defense by this Toronto Raptors team. They get a little bit of contact with Irving. He goes down, no foul, and the shot is missed as well.
That's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
Jones finds
Wembanyama. He's going to try and drive the lane. He's going to draw the foul and hit the basket. Levine picks up his first personal foul. Nice texture there on the design texture for the Milwaukee jersey base will help this game through. But we have to use an Xbox One controller for that. PlayStation 2 controller, not going to do that, as it turns out. But it's, you know, for the PlayStation 2. So that one misses. 8-foot wingspan.
Way to the bucket.
Well, Grant, how do the Bucks put the pieces back
Irving
together
working
and
one-on-one. They're going to try and set a screen. Not well set, actually better defended there. It's a poor offensive screen set, both by Irving because he was like a step too far back, and the screen was set a little too low. But good defense. Drive inside on Irving. Nothing really there.
Pass to Wiggins.
Leave the ball to Wiggins with about 6 seconds on the shot clock. They'll try to set a quick screen. He's going to get a look from three, and he can't get it to drop.
1 for 3 so far. Here's Sohan.
Donovan Mitchell has a pinched nerve in his back, though he's expecting to play against the Pelicans. Irving, that is a wide open three, but he can't get it to drop. That's what you're looking for. Screen-wise, getting that off ball. Freeing him up for a wide open look.
Just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first.
Wemby driving. Oh, wow, an actual stuff of Victor Wembanyama? Are you kidding me? What a block right there. Kind of a slow move to the basket. Got up there. Nice block by Williams. And it will remain down here on the Toronto end of the floor. Wiggins in the corner, comes off the screen. Oh, that's beautiful. Nice find to Jackson Jr. on the inside. There's no reason to take that shot. There's a guy right there. You find the open man, get the assist, put 2 points on the board. And Toronto off to a very hot start. Some of the biggest blowouts we've seen in this series have been at the hands of the Milwaukee Bucks. They have typically performed very well when we put them on the channel. They're off to a bit of a slow start here through the first 3 minutes of the first quarter, excuse me. 40% to 67% shooting, and they will miss another shot. Good opportunity here for the Bucks. We saw the Raptors play the Miami Heat in the lopsided game. Miami tried to make it interesting, but they just could not get over the hump.
Shoots over Wiggins. Levine gets
that is a nice shot by Levine. 4 straight points here for the Milwaukee Bucks. They cut the lead down to 2. And drive on Irving. A lot of one-on-one here. That's half the shot clock gone, and they'll finally hand it off to someone else. Jaren Jackson Jr. finds Wiggins, who pump fakes but doesn't go up. Bounce pass over to Jackson Jr. He knocks down the 3 with a man in his face and will push that lead back out to 5. This was something that Toronto was very good at in the game that we had the other night, where Miami a couple of times made some runs at it, got the lead cut down, but they'd use smart timeouts, or they would just kind of weather those storms and
the cohesiveness was
re-extend the lead to where it was.
Feel like they can win in any arena, and they proved it that game.
I've been fine all day, and then I started recording this video, and it's like Youngstown, USA.
Both teams making substitutions here,
and their defense has been locked down. They hold their opponents to a very low shooting percentage.
Pokusevski?
Best in the league at that.
This is the worst part. How did Wembanyama not come away with a steal right there?
They're a disciplined team. They run a smart offense. It's about finding high-quality shots, maximizing
Levine a couple of steps beyond the three-point arc. He'll move around to find a look and misses the shot. I mean, it's the weirdest thing with this game where it takes them so long to throw the ball in. Like, they run like a set to get somebody free, and they just don't throw it to them. Wemby trying to go for the right-hand finish, but can't. Collins comes away with the rebound, and he finds Jackson. Jackson moves it up to Levine, trying to drive inside, but no real room to work with. Pokashevsky helps work it around the three-point line. One-on-one, float pass into the lane. Interesting move there. It looked like he actually had the positioning there against Robinson, but then the move that he used put him back in front of the defender, gave him a shot to block it, but could not come up with it. So, and entertaining first quarter, 11-8 our score here. It was about the deficit, I want to say, at the end of the first quarter of the Heat game. I could be the Hornets-Pistons game I'm thinking of. Kind of wild. Recording content's wild because, like, you watch content and you're like, how do you not remember this? And then you make it and you're like, I don't know what happened 5 minutes ago. No idea what happened mere moments ago while I was sitting here in this exact chair. I think the game I was thinking of was... It was indeed the Hornets-Pistons, because that was a 12-10 game. Actually, it was... Score wasn't terrible at the end of the first quarter of the Raptors game.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter.
Actually, it was all knotted up at 11.
What happens here in the second? And from what we've seen from the Raptors, what's your take so far?
Seems to be about the regular.
They played well in the first period.
Points seem to be between like 8 and 12.
So many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
Let's move on to the second quarter here. Ooh, Memphis playing Indiana upcoming. That could be a good one.
Following this one,
is Memphis in the Western Conference or the Eastern Conference?
Right now. They've got Duncan
they were, I mean, because they were originally
Robinson.
Vancouver. That's nice defense to cause a contested shot. A little bit too much power on it, and it leads to a fast break for the Raptors. Going to get a traveling violation called there, and they will turn the ball back over to the Bucks. Robinson seems a little confused. He can't believe it, but it is going back Milwaukee ball. I think they're in the Western Conference. They're the only team, because like the NBA's pretty like, it's like very divided. Whereas the NFL has like an AFC and NFC team in Los Angeles.
You know, at this stage of Reggie Jackson's career, it's clear teams value his experience.
Yeah, he's someone this team loves having in their
nice job to get a free look at the basket there, but just can't get it to go. Milwaukee tied the game, by the way, on their last possession while I was trying to figure out where the heck Memphis played. Gets it up off the glass over the defender, and you're seeing why these teams are the top seeds in the Eastern Conference. Three-way tie right now with these Toronto Raptors, Milwaukee Bucks, and Orlando Magic. That's who it is. The Orlando Magic, surprisingly good in real life, which is, to me, unexpected. I don't like follow basketball super closely or anything. I knew more about it when I lived with my brother because he's a big basketball guy. And more is just kind of like an incremental term of like, I knew 3 more things about it.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Well, Zach LaVine talked about his path to stardom. He said, quote, I've always viewed myself as a top-tier player, and I put in the work. If you expect yourself
the Bucks do a really nice job. They kind of let the Raptors get in front of them. It was an 8-2 game, I believe. And now they are looking at an 11-3 run over the last several minutes of game time. Toronto just has not seemed comfortable in this game. I don't like the type of basketball they're playing here. We too often are seeing one-on-one until about 10 seconds left in the shot clock. They'll usually try to find the screen. That's a nice pick and roll inside. But what are you doing? You're wasting so much time. And then it, like, hits into panic mode.
The ball here for Milwaukee. They've only given up 2 points this quarter.
We're all knotted up at 13 with a couple of minutes gone here in quarter number 2. Jackson trying to drive. Milwaukee's done a better job moving the ball, which is a little surprising considering Kyrie Irving's on the floor.
Up and over
It's going to
Porter.
be a shot from Jackson. A little
with
bit of
another
a
miss.
heave-ho there at the
Raptors have
final
gone just 1 of 3 to
seconds
begin
of the
the
shot
second
clock as
quarter.
they tick away.
Porter to pass to Simons.
Just neither of these teams they're both good teams, but they're not like interesting to watch. Again, one-on-one. They draw a foul. Pokashevsky's going to get called for a reach-in. First personal, first team.
That's his first foul.
As we will
And Toronto calls time
see
here.
a timeout here.
Both
I was a little
teams
confused as to
deciding
what was
change
going
it
on.
up.
I was trying to
And
help
we've
the
heard
game
players
along.
asking for more clarity and accountability from the officials. Brand,
When
you think
Binyama
that's
is going to
the
throw
point?
the ball in here as he comes back out on the floor after a rest.
So they also want some clarity
believe.
from the league whether the refs got it right. And that information oftentimes can help them make the proper adjustments moving forward.
Wemby mid-range jumper can't get it to
Well, he's got to
fall.
be kicking himself for
And
failing
this
to make that
Toronto
shot.
Raptors team
That's money.
is
Pass
cold.
to Williams. Here's Sohan.
Sohan wide open three. A lot of traffic gobbled up the defender that was on him, but he can't splash home the three. Instead, Toronto comes back up the floor with an opportunity to retake the lead. Find a tiny little, or a little mid, I don't know why I said tiny, but a little mid-range jumper there will indeed do that. 15-13. Under 2 to go here in a slow-moving, low-scoring second quarter. Sohan again back behind the arc.
Sohan, the pass to
Nice
Levine.
little behind-the-back pass to a nice screen there. Levine draws the double team, but doesn't go up at the basket or pass the ball.
Bucks need to get up a shot
Finally
here.
find Hayes. Hayes will find Sohan. Sohan blocked. And we're going to see a violation. It's going to be a shot clock violation because that ball just sailed before it hit out of bounds.
Jackson Jr.
So a
John
wild
Collins
series
checked
of
in for
events
Irving.
there. And we'll see some substitutions. Jackson Jr.
here in the second
throws it into
quarter of
Porter
action as we
Jr.
approach
Junior
4
to
minutes
Junior.
Levine
Toronto
against
15, Milwaukee 13. Approaching halftime, Levine all over.
Count it.
Kind of
One
got
for
the
one to
defense
start
out of
the game.
position there. It's a
Porter
really
Jr.
nice
won't
move.
be
I like
denied
that.
of that bucket.
I like that play right there.
Even around the big box.
Kind of got the pump fake. Got Levine up just
Here's
enough
Levine.
until
Putting on a
happened
show
there?
for the fans.
let's see 17. Is that the score?
Oh, that had a little extra sauce on it, Grant.
A jaw dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
Is that the right score?
Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside in the
Why
second
am I so
quarter.
confused? I thought that it was a tie.
Wiggins outside.
Well, I hope Milwaukee doesn't lose by 2.
Wembanyama against Williams.
I'll have to go back and look at that. It's about the
Right side,
17:30 mark.
Wembanyama.
Something about that just looked really odd,
Buries
but
it
I
down low.
might have just missed some points in
Wembanyama's
there
got 6
somewhere.
points.
Yeah, the control from Wemby. I mean, this.
I bet I'll go
guy
back and
is
watch it
unreal.
at that mark and go, what?
Pass to Collins.
What do you think you saw? I thought I saw that both of them went
Now
up,
here's Levine.
and I was just a
And
little
Kevin
lost.
Porter picks up the foul.
Porter
That's his first
picks up
foul.
his first personal
And the
foul.
Raptors making a change here.
I'll make a little
Simons checked
change.
in.
Number 32, Anthony Simons.
I'm sure it's nothing. I would guarantee you it's
Williams
nothing.
finds
Levine wide open three.
Levine, that aerial to
Cut the
fall.
lead down to 119 to 18. I must have just caught them.
When the fire off
I caught some like movement out of the corner of my eye, and then when I looked at it, I was like, "Oh, that's not the score I remember or thought it would be."
4 for 7 in the second
So
quarter.
I was like, "Obviously, the game is broken. I'm a hero."
Outside Jones. Wiggins with a
This at
screen
least
on
makes
Hayes.
sense to make sure that you're kind of holding for the final
Passes
shot.
Simons.
Oh, a nice
Takes a
move
three.
off
Buries
ball.
it from 3.
That's Simons
And the Raptors lead by 4.
knocking it through,
This is
and that
just
pushes
fun.
the lead out to 4.
These
22 to
teams
18.
back and
Pretty
forth.
bad second quarter there.
Answering back. One team gets 3, you
Toronto
fire 3 of your
able
own.
to
Boom.
get the lead and
And
hold
a
on
pretty
to it.
tightly contested game here as we end the first half.
Probably have to keep on
It's the
tracking these
Raptors
Eastern
leading
Conference
by
teams
4.
as they
And
play
we'll
each
be
other
right back after
throughout the
halftime
rest
for the
of
start
the
third
season.
quarter. See you in just a bit.
Go to halftime. Oh yeah, bongo biking. Skip through as best we can here.
Well, I think for the Raptors,
Oh, here's a power ranking. That's interesting. The Bucks up 7 after a 4-0 week, helping them to get to 14-6. Each team, the Raptors and the Magic, slipped. They were 12-4 each of them, and now they are 14-6. So a solid week by the Bucks and a so-so week by the Raptors and Magic. Really crunched down that Eastern Conference. We will take a look at the standings because this is the second video of the week. We'll get you the weekly update on that. And kind of moving.
Appreciate you joining us.
Well, I guess we'll get you set. I think the 11th is when the next video will go up, and I believe that's where the schedule remarries NBA and NBA 2K. Wembanyama 8-4-0, 11-1-1 for probably Levine, I would guess, if he's on that team.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to
They're
be
doing
a
the
great
tournament.
one.
I don't know that I have the
Both teams
tournament
trying to
turned on
gain
in
an
here
edge.
in this game.
Boy, Zach LaVine has been
It's all
sensational.
wild. It's all
You
weird.
just love his patience offensively in the first half.
I do enjoy the Indiana Pacers uniforms. They look very nice. That court is, I think all of the courts are a little bit of an eyesore.
We've got Robert Williams.
They at least,
Out there
look,
with Hayes.
I am
Then there's
one of the
Levine.
people, I complain a
And
lot
it's
about
Sohan
modern
in the
design.
fourth spot.
They're
That's
at
the
least
five
giving
on the
me
floor
some
for the
color.
Bucks.
I appreciate that they all have the same basic, like, style. It's just color rotations based on the team playing. I like that. But at least they're given some level of color.
And the first one at the
I
line
shouldn't
is
be too
good.
upset about that. Can you even change the courts in these games? Oh. We'll help you along there. Milwaukee quickly to the line to shoot 2 here as we enter the second half. 22-18 was the score. Knocks home both free throws, and we have a 2-point game just underway. Hashtag Bucks. Let's go. Hashtag Bucks.
Jones against Hayes.
Oh, that's good off-ball movement, except for it's a really late
Now
pass.
here's Simons.
Simons
He
was
started closely.
open. Like, he couldn't have been more open, but it was such a late pass, and the pass, even when it was thrown, was so
Outside Irving.
off the mark, made it hard for him to stop
To the
and
paint.
pop.
Simons
Oh,
with
a nice
steal.
pick by Simons there
It's a
in the
3-on-3
lane.
fast break.
Initiates the fast break. It's blocked on the Milwaukee defensive end. And they'll bring the ball up the floor with a little bit of a fast break. Chaos happening on the floor. Kyrie Irving largely absent here in this game. We haven't talked about him a lot, called his name very often. That has been one of the interesting things about this game as we move through this season. Some of the superstars that you would expect to see just not getting the playtime that you would expect. Or not the playtime, but they're just not the contributors that you would expect. Houston is a really big victim, or not victim, but Houston's a really big culprit of this, where they have Kawhi Leonard and Klay Thompson, and the ball keeps going to and through Markelle Fultz, which doesn't make any sense to me.
That one's off.
First free throw is missed, as the Raptors are on at the line to shoot 2, Jackson Jr.
Good on the second one.
Left a little on the table there, but at least he put them in front.
The Bucks trail.
Left a little on the table. I did buy some Chips Ahoy recently, so this game did work from its advertising perspective.
Still no points.
I did not buy regular Chips Ahoy. I bought Chips Ahoy Chewy, just so you know. He's going to get the basket and the foul, and he'll flex his muscles because he's a big, strong man. How do they say that song? Jaren Jackson Jr. First personal foul. We're so excited. Okay, all right, I swear, I tried to skip through this. I'm trying to advance this game. Wait, what? Is that real? Sohan really shoot his free throws one hand?
Pass to Jackson.
I love it.
Simons
I don't know who he really
outside.
plays for. I almost said I should get myself a Jaren Jackson, or a Jaren Jackson, sorry. Should get myself a Sohan Milwaukee Bucks jersey, forgetting that this is fake. That's not the real team he plays for.
Sohan with a rebound.
Sohan with a big rebound there.
The second half.
So it would either be Levine or Sohan would be the biggest contributors here for the Milwaukee Bucks. We've called them out a lot. Oh my God. Right off the dome. That's got to be your block of the game if you're taking a peek at that. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gobbled up by the defense, but the added, perhaps incidental, disrespect of getting a block shot back into your own head. Toronto can't turn it into points on the other end, and Milwaukee maintains their 2-point, 25-23 lead.
And here's Levine.
Toronto obviously facing much stiffer competition because they were largely in charge in the game on Monday, but this one is not really going their way. It's a very nice find by Kyrie Irving. Look at the inside of Wembanyama's arm there.
Gone by in the second half. You know, when you think about Kyrie Irving's game, his ball handling is.
We'll see a timeout by Toronto. Hopefully they can come up with a play out of this timeout, a good offensive set to get something going, get them into a little bit more of a rhythm, reset, just kind
The
of
Bucks making a change here. Collins checked in. The Raptors
not
also
let this
with a
game
sub.
get too far
Porter
away. They were
Jr.'s
really
checked
good
in.
about that with Miami, though they were the team in control. Can they weather the storms while being the team behind?
Jones drives.
Jones drives. Nice little step back. Oh, that is brutal. Just couldn't get it to fall. I loved that move right there.
Pass to Irving.
It looked great. It looked like it wanted to go down, but
Wiggins
just
against Levine.
could not get
Williams
that
on the wing.
away team bounce.
Pass to Hayes. 6 to shoot. Porter.
Oh,
with the
Hayes
steal.
lost it to Porter, trying to go with a little bit of a fancy move there. Hayes in the right time, in the right place. Dangerously close to the
Wiggins
baseline
outside.
there. He'll fire it out, and they'll get it around the perimeter there.
Jones.
Jones drives 2 steps
He's off
inside,
on
and
the
that one's
layup.
off the back iron. And I want to say he's missed his last 2 shots. Jones is 2 for 6. He has 4 points, 3 assists, though.
A little
And if
under
he was the
3.5
guy who shot the
minutes
last
off the clock now in the third quarter.
the last 2 buckets,
For Levine.
brutal. Brutal.
Coming on the assist by
Brutal.
And it's a 7-point Milwaukee lead.
That was 4 points. It looked really good. They give up 3 points on the other end.
Don't go away from it.
The Milwaukee Bucks out to a 7-point lead here.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry
75
spell.
seconds to play in this third quarter. Wemby at the top. Going to set a screen. He'll move to his left. Drives.
Irving picks him up. And there's the
He's going to somehow draw the foul on that. I thought he actually went a little bit too wide on the outside and gave Milwaukee the opportunity to kind of end up in a double team. And then he was able to draw the foul and make the basket anyway. So a good opportunity here for them to cut into the lead, or cut it down to 4, I should say. And that is what they do. So the 3-point play is
Here's
completed.
Milwaukee. They're on a 12-4 run.
12-4 run here for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Pokashevsky with it. Wembanyama on
Pokashevsky
it.
trying to drive on Wembanyama.
Here's Levine.
Oh, that's a nice find under the basket, but Pokashevsky couldn't quite get it up in time. Maybe the pass
Toronto
just a
trailing.
smidge late. Wembanyama's in the area, but he was facing a double team. Quick pass
Collins with the
inside.
rebound.
Wild shot from Wemby.
Milwaukee, they've gone
That
4
one
of
does
6
not
from the floor
fall.
in this
3
third
shots
quarter.
that Toronto has had inside the paint that they just haven't been able to get to fall. That was the worst of the 3.
Picked by Pokashevsky.
Too quick to get that shot up, and they're going to fire down the line. Porter Jr. comes over to try and get a hand on the ball, but he can't instead of knocking that shot away in a hard foul to prevent the basket. It's going to be a pretty easy-looking basket relatively.
Subbed in for Lowry.
That'll send them to the line for a 3-point play. Shot clock is off with 23.9 seconds to go.
And the free
The
throw,
free
no
throw
good.
is missed.
So it's Toronto now.
Interesting.
Pass to
Toronto quickly up the floor.
There's the slam.
Excellent
Got to
offensive
finish it
positioning,
off.
quick pass inside. I love the decisiveness there.
For Milwaukee,
Get
they've
up the
got
floor.
5 of
You
7
saw the
attempts
open
in the
man.
third
Get
quarter.
rid of it. He went up at the ball very quickly as well.
Levine against
And
Robinson.
that cuts the lead back down to 4. Levine holding for the
Levine
final
with it.
shot. He'll take a long-range 2, and that one will not fall. So 4-point deficit heading into the fourth quarter. That was a pretty good quarter of basketball.
And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on
Very
2K
curious to see
Sports.
what Toronto can do. They're doing a good job weathering these runs. The lead got ballooned a little bit. Not too big. I mean, it's not like they're overcoming a ginormous deficit, but they are weathering this storm. And they're talking about, at one point, a 12-4 run. Nothing's getting too out of hand for the Milwaukee Bucks. Kyrie Irving is probably a guy you want to get involved a little bit more because he's a good basketball player, even if he is an idiot. Sohan has been excellent in this game. Toronto, Toronto
And it's been a very competitive
very
game so
easily
far.
could either
We
be
get
tied
one
or
here
have a
in
2-point
quarter
lead.
four. Here's Simons.
Wow. I know Kyrie Irving plays for the Bucks.
On the court for Toronto.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
They've got Kevin Porter. He's out there with Anthony Simons.
We're going to
Duncan
see
Robinson
a
is out
foul,
there
a
with
reach-in
Drew
foul
Eubanks.
immediately.
Nora in at the
And
power
they will
forward
throw it in
position.
from the sideline. That coach just can't believe it. We played 8 seconds? You're getting a foul called. It's been 8 seconds?
Porter against Jackson.
Around the
Pass to
edge, a
Eubanks.
nice find inside, and that is a really nice play to start this fourth quarter.
Fantastic job moving the ball there by
It's a really
Porter
good
Jr.,
find as
understanding
Eubanks goes
exactly
into
what was
the-
available when his
What do they
teammates
call
were
that?
And Irving has got the ball
The
here
base,
for
I guess?
Milwaukee. The lead is 2, picked by Pokashevsky.
There is getting Kyrie Irving a little more involved, giving him a shot. He can't get it to fall. He's only 2 for 6 with 5 points today. A couple of assists, does have a turnover,
Pass
but
to Robinson. To the inside.
get him something drawn up.
Here's
Oh
Eubanks.
boy.
And it's flushed
Oh
down.
boy.
Nice jam.
How did Eubanks end up that? What a mismatch.
Off the charts, a short center who still makes his presence felt.
And Milwaukee shooting efficiently, 50%.
So a terrific start to the fourth quarter for the Toronto Raptors, outscoring these Milwaukee Bucks 4-0.
Robinson
Taking the missed
defending.
3 from Irving and then absolutely destroy him on the defensive end.
And here's
Oh,
Irving.
and again, they're going to get Irving involved. That time the 3 will drop. The Raptors going to pop a quick timeout,
And in the second half here, they're
going,
shooting
hey,
a terrific
you can't let him
No question about it. They
have
found
open
a
shots.
Nice rhythm from deep.
You just can't.
Timeout called the Raptors. Hayes is checked in for Milwaukee. And Toronto
Okay,
also
and we're
making
back.
a switch.
35-32.
Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Eubanks. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allen.
Wemby back on the
Over that last
floor.
week, guys, I got a chance to hear what
Probably
Dirk
for the
Nowitzki
final
said to
stretch
the
of this
team.
game.
He told his team, once you
A little
grab
over a
the
minute.
rebound,
Oh, that's a
run
nice
with the ball.
find.
Don't give them a single second.
There
to
it
catch
is,
the
a nice
ball.
3.
We control the
That's
pace
what
of
you're
this
looking
game,
for. We've
not
seen so
them.
many bad plays out of
Guys,
timeouts from
pace
teams
to
this
pick up.
season.
All right,
That's what you're
appreciate
looking
it,
for. A terrific,
Now here's Irving.
well-executed set to create an open 3. The shooter buries
About a
it.
minute and a half through the fourth
Again,
quarter
not
now.
a great screen, but somehow it was magnetized well enough to allow
The
Kyrie
Raptors
Irving
have
an
gone
open
a
3.
perfect
He was
3
on
for
top
3
of that,
here
it
in the
felt,
fourth. Pass to
defensively.
Robinson.
Weird play inside. They
Take the
can't
lead.
get it to
And
drop,
that's 2
but
points
they
on the layup.
follow the shot, and it is
Robinson's got his first basket.
37-35.
At this stage of the game, the offensive rebounding and putback is massive.
what,
It feels like a 4-point
9-5
swing.
run or
you
so?
really do, because those extra possessions
9-3
when they
run?
lead to points, that's huge. I mean, he did a nice job there.
Now it's
Never
9.
gave up on the play, and you know my motto, persistence pays dividends.
Here's Simons.
All knotted up at
Pass to
37.
Nora.
This is what you're looking
Back to
for, an
Simons.
exciting finish.
And
Simons
the call
trying to
will
drive
be
inside.
against
They're going to get
John Collins.
another foul
That'll be a
call.
second foul of the
A
game.
second reach
If they
in
look for
here in
Milwaukee,
this
Robert
this
Williams
fourth
checked
quarter.
in for Pokashevsky. Sohan comes in
Wemby,
for John Collins.
ready to throw it
And
inside.
it's Levine in for Jackson.
You can wiggle around a bunch of players, but can't really find anybody that's
Wiggins looking
super
around.
open. It ends up going to
Here's
Wiggins, who
Simons.
has Levine on him.
Shot
He
clock
throws
at
to
5.
Simons over in the corner, sets the screen. Simons against Sohan. Sohan with pretty solid defense, but they're going to call him for a second personal. It'll look like he went up pretty straight up to me, but it will be a foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
They'll settle for making him earn the
Yikes.
free throw.
And that one falls
That
for
first
Simons.
free throw is up and goes through.
And so
Second
Simons
free throw is
nails
good
both
as
of
well. So 39-37.
A touch under 2.5
Toronto
minutes
back
have passed
in
now here
front.
the fourth. Irving against Simons. Williams a screen on Simons. Irving pass to
Oh
Williams.
my goodness. That is a really nice feed and a great find to Robert Williams III.
All night long, Irving doing a
They
nice
torched
job getting his team
Irving on the
quality
defensive
shots.
end earlier in this quarter, and then Irving
Toronto's
repays
gone
the
3
favor
of
with a
6
beautiful
so
pass
far.
to the guy streaking down the lane.
Outside Wembanyama.
Wasn't even really streaking. He just a good play. Wemby all kinds of spin moves and slides and slices through that defense. As he'll knock 2 points down. 11 points, 8 from the mid-range for Wemby tonight.
Pass to Sohan.
The Raptors back out in front by 2, under 2 to go here in the fourth quarter. Levine going to have a screen set from Williams. Williams didn't look like it got set all that well, but they were just able to beat Wemby. I think that's just being a rookie. It feels like he's in a lot of position, like a lot of good positioning here. Maybe it's just because of his height, but
For Toronto, they've got 5 of 6
they've been able to
shots
find
go in the
success against him in the low post.
Williams
They
against
have him
Wembanyama.
out at the top of the perimeter. Oh, is that Sohan getting called again for a reach-in foul? Sohan, what are you doing? 14 seconds on the shot clock. You're going to get to go to the line much earlier than...
Count it. Good.
I think
Wembanyama's got 4 points
one,
now in the
right?
quarter.
Or is it just intentional
About
fouls?
Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Levine against Wiggins.
Lead has been 2 or 0 for Toronto for most of this fourth quarter. I guess they were down 4. Oh, they lose the ball in the interior. Wemby coming away with a steal. The drive inside, and he's going to get a shooting foul. That's going to be called on Hayes. 15 foul. His first personal. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. First one's good.
Toronto. They've been slippery getting into the lane all
That was a
game
disastrous
long.
turnover for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, I just can't believe
The other thing they've done is
they didn't throw it out. We've seen way too much of the isolation stuff for both of these teams, and it cost the Milwaukee Bucks in that scenario. Levine has got to get the ball out of his hands in that situation.
Williams, a screen on Wiggins.
The screens are just not good.
Levine.
Levine's going to drive the hoop. They're going to call a foul, a shooting foul on Wiggins.
To Wiggins.
But again, Levine, you got to get rid of the ball. I know you're going to the line to shoot 2, but sir?
Good on
Levine,
the first.
first shot
And
up
that narrows
and
the
in.
lead
So
down to just 3.
45-42. Good opportunity to play some good defense on the other end. Gonna have to go wild.
And he
Second
cannot
shot
convert
is
on the
missed.
second.
That's a
That
big
misses.
miss right there.
By missing that free throw,
So now you have to play extra good defense. You cannot give up a foul. Keep it a one-possession game here. Oh, they're going to leave Simons wide open for 3. He buries it. The Toronto Raptors
By 6.
up by 6 with 43.2.
work all the way around.
Woo!
Milwaukee. They're losing by 6.
Most of the times we've had Milwaukee on this program, they have been in the Raptors position where they're putting teams away late in games, or even usually further out in the third quarter. But here they are struggling against Toronto, and I think Toronto's best asset, now that we've watched them against a couple of different calibers of team, surviving the runs, weathering those storms. Finds Levine. Levine for 3. He buries it. I think you're going to go intentional foul here, but I don't know if that's the best call. You're only down 1 possession. I think you try at least one good defensive possession.
They're in a great situation right here.
About 10 seconds.
Here's Wembanyama.
Wemby in the lane. He flushes it.
Already in year 1, Wembanyama hitting
I mean, you
shots
try.
in
You would at least
crucial parts
try
of the game.
to come up with a good defensive possession. You weren't able to do it.
They're behind by 5.
Call your last time out, and now you go
23 seconds left in
into
the fourth
trading
quarter.
3s for 2s here. I like that they did not intentionally foul it.
Here's Irving.
Irving outside.
He shoots it.
Crosses over. I think that's just going to be a 2. It doesn't matter because it doesn't go.
And he commits the
We'll see an intentional foul here. Williams' first personal 6th team foul.
And that
Oh,
hurts
this
as
is
he
the first
doesn't
free
get the
throw.
first one to fall. Trying to focus now for
This
the
has
second.
been an issue in this game for both teams. Even points on the line.
And he's able to hit the second one.
The second free
And
throw
that
is
increases the
good,
lead
so
to
it does
6.
push it out to a 6-point deficit. They got to go
And
if they're
right
going
here, they
to try and
can't
get
waste any
anything.
time. No, you need a quick bucket and then a
Hayes,
quick foul.
Levine. Oh, wow. Okay.
And that bucket from beyond the
Do a little bit of contact there. We'll go with the intentional foul immediately. 9.1. Raptors
Triple's been his bread and butter
letting
in
the
this
Bucks
ballgame.
kind of
Nothing
stick
but
around in this
sweet
game.
putt.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
Oh, a beautiful steal. Are they going to go for the... Oh, the salty slam with 1.8 seconds to go. Oh, the Bucks falter in the final frame, and they fall 55-48. Though it was a little closer than that. 53-48 for an absolutely brutal slam. A completely unnecessary slam. Oh, man. All right. So that'll do it for game number 1. We've played a bunch of injury reports down there. I don't think it affects any of the teams that I'm thinking about looking at, but I would be a little worried about that. Victor Wembanyama, he is your player of the game in the Toronto Raptors victory that, depending on, I don't know that Charlotte played, does give them an advantage for that number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Take a quick look at the box score. Levine had 23 points. He was actually very efficient, 8 for 11. Irving, 10 points on 4 of 10 shooting. Gross. Williams, 8 points on a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. And a monster block on Wemby you can see over there on the right side. I'll let you replay it. Yep. Knocked it. For the Raptors. Okay, headset. What are we doing? For the Raptors, it's been perfectly quiet. 15 points, 5 rebounds, a steal on 7 of 12 shooting. Jones was 2 for 6. Eubanks, he was a nice 3 for 3. And we had 5 on 2 of 2 shooting from Nwora. Give me those virtual credits for watching a basketball game. And we'll take a look at the daily view. You know, we've already watched a couple East Coast teams. Let's go to the West Coast. Let's check out the Spurs taking on the Utah Jazz. And they'll be playing in those, I would say, kind of ugly yellow uniforms, but we'll let it roll.
The starting lineup for the visiting Utah.
Why is that so loud?
At forward, Derek Jones Jr. At center, Mark Williams. At forward, Norman.
No, don't do that.
At guard, Josh Giddey.
Oh, yikes. Maybe we should. Can you injure a player in game?
The head coach of the visiting team is Will Hardy.
And now, for your San Antonio Spurs. Introducing the stars. Come on. Everybody, look out. Flashing lights. Warning. Sorry. I forget that it does that.
Starting at center, number 35, Billy
Herman Gomez? Hernan Gomez?
6'9", at forward, number 1, Kyle Anderson.
Why did it seem like the other music was so much louder?
6 foot even. Starting at guard, number 15, Jose Alvarado.
That was not great stitching of those lines. Alvarado. C.J. McCollum.
Number 3, C.J. McCollum. 6'7", at forward,
Chris Middleton.
number 22, Chris Middleton.
Are the Spurs dealing with some injuries? Or I just don't think we've seen them in so long.
It's an NBA afternoon game.
Have we seen them last, like, recently?
I'm Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson alongside.
David Aldridge is with us from the 4 tonight.
Got that one with the court, which I think is a more interesting shot.
Who will not be available tonight.
Oh, wow. Oh, shoot. Donovan Mitchell, Kyler Murray. Oh, boy.
And hopefully get healthier
Dang.
down the stretch.
Remember when I said I was reading those?
Checking out Utah's
Whoops.
opening lineup. Williams is out there with Jones. Then there's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Powell in at the 3 spot. And for the Spurs, Anderson is out there with Chris Middleton. Then it's Jose Alvarado. Then there's McCollum. And it's Hernan Gomez in at 7.
To be fair, it's not.
Injuries certainly playing a factor for both teams, Greg, in this matchup.
And Kevin, it's an unfortunate
That's all
part
right.
of the game.
It happens. It's no big deal.
Every
Donovan
team
Mitchell
deals
not
with
on the floor
injuries throughout
tonight
the course of the season, so there's no
for this
time now
Utah
for
Jazz
excuses.
team. We'll see what they can do without him.
Powell.
Injuries, part of the game, and that's
For the
just kind
basket.
of what we have to deal with.
1 for 1
And they're
with that
actually
shot.
off to a pretty good
Yeah,
start there with a
going
2-0
hard
lead.
to the rack, making a
In
statement here.
the highlighter yellow. You're not going to miss him there.
To see him be assertive instead of
Middleton
settling for a jump
bringing the
shot,
ball up the
especially
floor.
in the first quarter.
Powell against Middleton. Hernan
Set a
Gomez with
screen,
on
and Middleton's
Powell.
going to drive. He'll hit a little mid-range jump shot. Herman Gomez, he throws out to McCollum. McCollum with a nice looking 3, and that will be buried home to give them the lead.
Any space, always a
3-2.
threat to pull the
It's
trigger.
a really nice offensive rebound to keep that possession alive.
And here is Giddey.
Uh-oh.
Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about
The uh-oh man
6
is on the
points
floor.
a game. On the wing,
Gilgeous-Alexander has a beautiful turnaround and look right there.
Taking shots, a
Still some pretty good
quality
names on the
offensive
floor here,
player.
even with a couple of injuries to each team.
About a minute played so far here in the first. Greg, isn't it amazing the way
I must have
Gilgeous-Alexander
seen the name and
has
thought of a
polished
different
off his
person,
game.
like just did not put it together.
Kevin is impeccable.
I think I even called it out in the last game.
Makes every shot imaginable. And what's scary, this guy still has
Middleton,
another
mid-range,
level to
got
get
it.
to.
Shots good by
Back out
Middleton.
in front by 1. Middleton
Great positional
just
size.
worked with the ball the
Middleton
entire
knows
time that
how to do damage
possession,
down low.
but when you get a result like that, no big deal.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams.
Williams to Powell.
Nice ball
Powell
movement
back
by
to
Utah.
Gilgeous-Alexander, who's going to try and drive the lane, but Herman Gomez, was a little in the way, and he comes away with the rebound from the uh-oh man. Spin move by Middleton. He'll throw into Anderson. Anderson back out to Middleton. Take it beyond the arc. Herman Gomez with a nice little screen set there, but Middleton didn't seem like he was aggressive enough to the basket. Oh, a nice find, and it's blocked right at the rim. Great defense there by the Utah Jazz, who bring the ball up the floor.
On the wing, Giddey. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Alexander looks like he's just having his way down there in the paint. Draws the double team, still able to make some nice moves there. Got around. Herman Gomez
when he can be effective
comes in,
down low.
double team. Oh, two ups. A spin move. Just a lovely left-handed fall-away finish there.
And the Spurs with possession. They trail by 1. And it's Anderson
CJ
atop the
McCollum in
key.
this one. Anderson and Alvarado.
Here's
Calling for the ball, even though he's double teamed.
defending.
Is he me playing Madden?
And Anderson kicks to
Anderson
McCollum.
kicks. That's a 3 from McCollum. He couldn't get that second one to drop.
Jazz have gone
They remain
3 of
down
4
by
from the
1.
field to start out the game.
Fast-paced first quarter here. Seems like it's been pretty limited on possessions. A lot of time using a lot of time off the shot clock. Williams inside. He'll kick it out to number 55. I believe that's Jones Jr. Nice follow-through on the offensive rebound. Got 2 of them there. And they'll kick it to, I believe that was Powell. Norman Powell, to be exact.
Rhythm early, nice triple.
And he has a nice look at a triple to give them a 4-point lead.
1:56 left here in the opening
Big men
quarter.
playing nice early for their offensive, or for the offensive side.
In NBA history.
And they're probably the greatest franchise to never win a championship. They made the finals twice. Unfortunately, they had to face Jordan and the Bulls both times.
Middleton trying to drive inside, just cannot get away from the sticky defense of the Utah Jazz. Said he'll pull up for a contested 2, and that one is no good. Maybe could have used a couple more passes there. Would have liked to have seen anyone else get a hand on the ball.
To the paint.
Oh, Gilgeous-Alexander beats McCollum.
6 points for him.
Beats him on the inside, steps back. McCollum overextends, and there you go. Quickly, this game could be getting a little out of hand here for the San Antonio Spurs, who find themselves down 6. Good time out there by Coach Pop. See if he can figure out how to get this team into a bit of a better position as we get ready to enter quarter number 2. Come on. Come on.
A different look now for San Antonio. Maxi Kleba, he's checked in for Kyle Anderson. Trey Murphy comes in for Chris Middleton. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker in for Jose Alvarado. Pass to Alexander-Walker. Kicks to McCollum.
So they have Gilgeous-Alexander and Alexander Walker.
1:02 left in the first.
I think Gilgeous-Alexander's on the other team, I believe.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
And you don't want to give
Chet
up
Holmgren
that
on the
kind
floor?
of look too often.
I believe.
Pass to Neesmith. Back to Giddy.
Neesmith working with the ball.
And there's the
McCollum.
call on Nikhil Alexander-Walker.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker is going to pick up his first personal. He's going to
Some changes here for the Spurs.
allow the Utah Jazz to check the ball in from the sideline. Gilgeous-Alexander comes on the floor. So there's Gilgeous-Alexander and then Alexander Walker. Awesome. Fantastic. I love it. Oh, my. He just stepped out of bounds. I was going to say something right before he did it, but there was no one there. There's no reason he should have stepped out of bounds in that scenario. And it's also a little wild that the game allowed him to step out of bounds, because it's usually like a little bit of like a push back in. We see it when there are defenders there that feel like they're pushing out of bounds, whereas if a pass comes in and it's going to pull the player out of bounds, it kind of bumpers them back in.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home,
Middleton takes a beautiful bounce pass
and look really fresh out there.
Follows it up with an equally beautiful left-hand floater finish. 11-7 now. Spurs doing a good job, not letting this game get too far out of hand. Again, I would go back to a really good timeout there when it felt like Utah was in a super good rhythm. See if you can come up with a play. Let them sit on the bench, cool off a little bit, and then try to cut into this lead. Gilgeous-Alexander for 2. Can't get it to fall, and Watford's going to come up with a free rebound. Did he throw that to the ref? Or was the ref just kind of right place, right time? Or did the ball transport to him? So many questions. I'd say it's a freaky San Antonio Spurs mascot. And we will head to quarter number 2. Very uneven quarter for this San Antonio team. I feel like they're really missing Donovan Mitchell. That's another block right off the top of a man's head. They got off to a good start, but just haven't been able to maintain that rhythm through the rest of the quarter. And they'll head into quarter number 2 down 4, I believe, 11-7. Sure did sound like some copyright music in there, but I just apparently refused to turn off.
Through the first half in this one. And from what we've seen from the Jazz so far, what's your take?
You got to credit their defense.
That's right about the score we saw in the previous game, 11-8, I want to say.
And that's what it takes to play the kind of defense that they've played. Great showing from them.
Spurs trail by 4.
Spurs bring the ball up the floor. First possession of the second quarter. Excellent opportunity to slice this lead in half. Middleton working with the ball. Finds someone. I did not catch that last name. Watford on the inside. He's going to get fouled by Chet Holmgren, who picked up his first personal and first team foul. Go to the line to shoot 2. Man, these are some boring looking Jazz uniforms. Jazz.
Who've seen it all.
First free throw is up and good.
If the team kind of goes awry or has a tough stretch.
Ooh, the second free throw is missed. Bit of an issue for 3 of the 4 teams involved. I don't think Utah's had an opportunity to miss a free throw just yet.
They have a great organization.
We saw it with the in the previous game. Gilgeous-Alexander works toward the 3-point arc, fires inside to Milton.
Now here's Milton. Still scoreless.
Falls away, and that rattled around the rim, but spun out. And it remains a 3-point game. Middleton, that was a weird pass to the corner. And that's what I was talking about. That looked like it should have carried him out of bounds. Murphy for three got it to go. That looked like a pass that would have carried him out of bounds, but instead the game was kind and kind of kept his feet in bounds, which is why that other turnover on the other end of the floor was so bizarre, with no pressure on him whatsoever. So the Spurs with an excellent 4-0 run here in the first minute of the second quarter to tie this game up. Try and drive inside. Milton with some nice moves to create just enough separation, enough space to get around the defender and get the basket in. 6 for 11 are the Jazz. 4 for 9 are the Spurs, field goal wise. Middleton for a kind of a wild looking three. That one rattles out, and the Jazz initiate a fast break into Milton, who gets it off the glass and in. And just like that, the Spurs run a beautiful 4-point run to tie the game, immediately give up 4 points, and they're going to have an opportunity to extend the lead by 1 with a free throw here to complete the 3-point play. But they can't miss or make the free throw. They can miss it, but they can't make it. Murphy loses the ball to Gilgeous-Alexander in a disastrous turn of events for the San Antonio Spurs. Throws it inside, backs into the mid-range. Rattles off the left-hand right side of the rim before it pops out. An offensive rebound again for one of these teams. Able to get back up and put the ball in. 6-zip run, and quickly a 6-0 run for this Jazz team to get out of the tie at 11. Middleton driving, blocked, recovered by Powell.
And battling hard on the glass. They hold the advantage here so far.
There's no possible way that counted as a rebound, but all right. They said something about the glass. Maybe a reach-in foul on Watford. We will see some substitutions here for the Jazz. That's right. That was the second unit doing a very nice job for Utah.
And Josh Giddey subbed in for Shake Milton. Jones kicks the foul.
Williams step inside the 3-point line. Oh, that's a beautiful find. Shy Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot? I mean, SGA, that's a pretty good. That works. 8-zip run here. Chris Middleton has had entirely too much control of the basketball here. Gets it around to Alvarado. Nice screen set there. He'll try to drive into the lane.
Nice ball movement by San Antonio.
San Antonio going up for 3. He gets it to go as the shot clock buzzes, and that'll stop the bleeding just a little bit. It at least gives them a better opportunity to set up on defense. They've been getting kind of burned when things are a little more out of whack. Oh, Alvarado with a terrific steal there. They'll try to run the fast break, but well defended or recovered there by the Utah Jazz. Hernan Gomez working. Little handoff to Alvarado right into a double team. Maybe not the best pass. It's the shot clock going down again, but it's drained. 6 straight for the Spurs to cut the lead to 2 with 92 seconds to go in the half. I want to say that's Murphy on both of those shots. I don't know if Chris Middleton's the guy you want as your focal point, but they're doing a nice job here. Weathering that storm. See if we can figure out a nice defensive play made by Alvarado. Creating some offense there.
Powell will bring it up for Utah. Williams has a screen.
Do you think you leave Murphy in? He's looking good from beyond the arc. Looked like Alvarado wanted a shot at a steal.
That's good, and he's now 3 for 4
nice
from the
kiss
field.
off the glass by Powell. And that pushed the lead out to 4. 21-17.
Here's Alvarado. Giddey defending.
Alvarado to Giddey into Hernan Gomez. I don't know why I keep wanting to throw an N in there. Gomez. I said it wrong. It's Gomez. Very easy. Every time I'm like, oh man, it's like the Adams family.
That he sent through his team, that is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Nice find inside. It's a little too far under the basket. Some contact, but no foul called. Anderson comes up with a rebound off the missed shot. Opportunity to tie or take the lead for the San Antonio Spurs here. This time up the floor, McCollum getting a screen, trying to drive inside. He's going to get, that's going to be an over the back foul, a shooting foul. So CJ McCollum will go to the line to shoot 2. He just reached over.
He initiates the contact before letting
McCollum.
First free throw is good. Chris Middleton's checked in for the Spurs.
Oh, Middleton's back in. Coming in looking for a tie game with 34.3 to go. McCollum 2 for 2 from the line.
When you think of McCollum,
And here come the Jazz.
comes to mind. This guy just shoots the
Really good
ball
job
and
by the
plays
Spurs.
the
They aren't.
game at a high level.
They're falling behind by weird amounts, but they're doing a good job kind of getting back into this game. We're going to see a reach in from Alvarado. He's had a couple of, he's had at least one steal. You can see why you would want to try to reach in. 10-second difference between shot and game clock. Working around to Joe.
The pass to Giddey.
Joe to
6 on
Giddey.
the shot clock.
I'm sorry, the man.
Puts up a deep
Oh,
three.
puts up a prayer.
Well, McCollum's speed can make
He said,
him
I hope I
tough
make
to
this basket
shake.
and don't go to
As a
jail.
defender, he's able to just stay in
Alvarado
front of you
working
and
one-on-one.
contest the shot.
Oh, that's Middleton. Excuse me. I don't know what the heck I saw there. Middleton back in the game, and he knocks down a 3 to give the Spurs a lead for the first time in a while. It's 24-21.
Out in front.
It's been a weird half of basketball, but we will continue what's turned out to be a good game, thank God.
Take it away.
Continue that after we get this interview from Coach Pop.
Game, what makes the difference in the second half?
Lots of things, you know. It's a game of mistakes. It's a game of playing well. Who knows?
Always love your philosophy, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Okay, that was an excellent answer. Thank God we
Thanks, David.
lip
And
sunk
we'll be
that.
back
Huh?
shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
A lot of damage has been done
Halftime
from
show
out
here.
the
We're
arc.
skipping
Guys are
through.
getting free looks, and the defense has not had
I was a
an
little
answer.
worried that they were going to take out
Now
that
taking a closer
player.
look at
Here's
the first
some
half.
key players.
How about
Mark
the
Williams,
performance
2-2
from
and
these
2.
guys?
Whereas
Two
Chris Middleton,
really
50%
talented guys, I'm
from
telling you. They're both so
the
smart.
beyond the
They
arc,
anticipate
43%
really well.
field
That's how
goal,
they make it
7
look so-
points tonight. And
that's
your
a
top
halftime
performers
wrap.
are Mark
Let's get
Williams
back to the
and Chris
second half
Middleton,
with
but
a
we
call by Kevin
2, 3,
Harlan
and
the
2.
crew.
Did I misread that the first time? 7 points, no rebound, a couple of assists for Chris Middleton, and they lead by 3. That was a big 3 that he had coming off the bench there, because you look at it and you're like, okay, this Spurs team in a pretty good rhythm here. They're looking all right coming down the stretch, keeping this game close, or tightening this game up. They get a couple of key threes from a bench player. Going to bring Chris Middleton in, where their offense looks like it's been a little rougher throughout the course of this game with him on the floor. Knocks home a 3 to give them the lead.
Then there's Hernan Gomez, and it's
See if
Middleton
they
in at the 3.
implement some more
That's the San
passing here.
Antonio 5. Now here's
Cullum's
McCollum.
trying to drive inside. He picks up his dribble.
Now
He's
the dish
going
to
to pass,
Middleton.
quick touch pass.
+5 to shoot.
Middleton to Anderson. And on Gomez trying to set a screen, creates just enough space. Pretty good look, but
Jazz
it
trail by
rims out,
3.
and the uh-oh man with the ball.
Passes it to Gilgeous Alexander.
Gilgeous Alexander
Pass to Jones.
throws in to Jones. Jones working one-on-one.
Over Anderson.
Just kind of a,
On the basket by Jones.
how was that shot worked?
Jones has got the first
That looked like
basket
such
of
a
the second
flail
half
and
for Utah.
throw right
San
there.
Antonio's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight.
And the
When
Jazz
you think
getting
about
some
the Spurs, Greg,
lucky
it's hard to
baskets.
believe
That's
how
a
long Greg
beautiful
Popovich
play
has
by
been
Alvarado
around.
inside.
And it's hard to imagine another team will
Beats
have
his
the
defender.
stability at head coach
And
that the
just
Spurs
a,
have had.
just
Not
a little,
too
just a
many
little
coaches
kiss,
last
just
decades
right off the
anymore.
glass.
The Jazz
High
shooting
off
has
the
been
glass.
outstanding in this
And it's
team at
26-23.
58%. Williams, a screen on McCollum. Gilgeous
Ooh, a
Alexander.
little pick and roll, and they're going to get the shooting foul on Herman Gomez, and that is going to create a 3-point play.
Yeah, that just comes down
was a
to
good-
a lack of effort. The defender has to
Pretty
do a
all
better job
right.
of
I mean,
getting to the
he was about a half a step behind that offensive player. I think you just kind of let him have the basket. That way you're not giving up more points than you need to. Also, you're not picking up a kind of silly foul.
That one misses for Williams.
Free throw rewards him because he's not able to miss it, and the Spurs maintain a 1-point lead. Quickly up the floor, McCollum drives into the lane, kicks to Alvarado. Alvarado for three, and that one doesn't go. Rattles out. The uh-oh man with Alvarado all over him. He's going to try the kiss off the glass, but it doesn't work.
Spurs have gone 1 of 3 since
Not the first time his alleged kissing has gotten him in trouble.
Back to Alvarado.
Alvarado, several steps beyond the three-point line. You think if that's a bit of a crisper pass, he can stop and pop. It allows the offense to work off ball to try and find a man who's open, but Chris Middleton can't hit the shot. It wasn't really all that open. He's got three. He's 3 of 8 shooting with 7 points. And this is what I'm talking about. This Spurs offense just looks a little rough with Middleton out there. There's something about the second unit with this team that looks a little smoother. Maybe it's just they're passing the ball a little more, creating some of those open looks. So it's the eye test looks a little odd. We're like, wow, this team is moving the ball a little more on the open shot side of things. Whereas when Middleton's out there, it looks like he's just kind of more the isolation stuff. Last 10 games, Gilgeous-Alexander 15.7 points, trailing the Pacers' Jason Tatum.
Display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
San Antonio trailing here.
27-26.
Anderson outside. Passes to McCollum. Yep.
There's a nice find inside to McCollum, who raises the roof as he has put his team out in front by 1.
This is a guy that is always in attack mode.
Now here's Paul. He's got 7.
McCollum with Middleton all over him.
Outside, Jones.
Quick passes outside, Jones Jr. They're going to find Gilgeous-Alexander off of an off-ball movement or off-ball screen. I'm not exactly sure if it was a set screen or if just a defender got caught up in the traffic. Oh, the uh-oh man comes away with a steal, and they were trying to get it to Alvarado. It's a nice pass over to Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, for a beautiful 3. And that puts him out front by 2, 30-28.
From the outside.
McCollum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Alvarado. Back to Middleton.
He's just a... This is what I'm talking about. He just held the ball for several seconds. There was nothing happening with the previous player who had the ball. Just, I don't know, it just is awful. Defensively, it seems like they're giving up a little bit as well. This Spurs team just looks a little out of sorts at times, and they've given up some big runs to this Jazz team. 33-28. McCollum working one-on-one. He'll fire inside to Middleton. Middleton turns around, gets a nice kiss off the glass to cut the lead down to 3. 69 seconds to go here in quarter number 3.
Now to get hit and still complete the play.
A timeout taken by the Utah Jazz.
His guys just a little sluggish out there. Oftentimes a timeout.
I'll talk over and see if they can settle themselves down. They got a good run of points there to get themselves the lead. Reorganize and set up for this final minute, and then get ready for quarters number 4. Giddey with McCollum all over him. 2 number 3s there. It's a really nice screen set by Chet Holmgren, but he can't pay it off with a made 3. Rebounded by the Spurs, and they'll find McCollum, who throws it weirdly behind his back. It was going to be one of those Harlem Globetrotter-looking passes, but it's intercepted and thrown to Aaron Neesmith, way out front. Nice easy slam there.
Here's McCollum.
5-point lead.
Looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. And there's the pass to Watford.
Murphy.
Seconds left to play here in the 3rd. Shot
Murphy.
clock at 6.
Oh, we couldn't get it to go. That's what you're looking for. Just a little screen, free up enough space, and hope for a nice made basket, but he can't put it down. Remains a 5-point deficit, 35-30. Holmgren, it's Gets a little bit of McCollum there, but it wasn't great. Giddy from the corner, that was an uh-oh kind of shot. Like, I don't know what was happening there. It was even weirder was the fact that the defender that was in the corner for the Spurs didn't really get much of a hand up there. So we'll head to the fourth. Good one here between the Spurs and the Jazz, both dealing with some pretty significant injuries, but playing well despite them. Bum, bum, bum. Maybe if I talk over it, it won't give me a copyright claim. I'm not exactly sure which of the interstitial music gives me so much trouble, but whatever. Whatever.
And let's take this opportunity now to
Here
show
we
you our
go,
State Farm
Utah.
assist of the game.
They're in the huddle.
And I'm glad
And we'll
this
take a
was
look at the State
big
Farm
because I
assist
love
of the
this
game.
pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court
Okay.
vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he
I
had a
don't
sixth sense.
know if I agree with that. You telling me there wasn't a better pass in this entire game than that?
And with these
35-30.
close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Shake Milton. Chet Holmgren out there with Neesmith.
Holmgren finds a little bit of room there in the middle of the lane and jams it home. Little to no resistance there for the big man. Hopefully he's playing well for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He was lighting it up in the G League, I think, last year, before he hurt his foot.
Outside Martin, beyond the arc.
Murphy for three. He was good in the first half, but he's been a little cold here in the second half. They have to rely on their defense to kind of keep him in this game here. Oh, another nice find inside to Holmgren. Too easy. I believe 4 quick points for him here in this first minute of the fourth quarter. 39-30.
The D had better start buckling now.
Middleton outside.
Middleton. Nice looking three there to cut the lead down to 6.
His first triple of the second half. Can he get it going?
Pass to Milton.
Milton inside to SGA. SGA off the glass and good. This Spurs defense is really lacking right now. They just cannot get stops to give themselves opportunities to cut into this lead. They're either falling further behind or just matching what they did. Murphy, they're going to let him throw another three up, and he'll knock that one down. They'll cut the lead back down to what it was when we started this quarter, 5 points. Donovan Mitchell expects to play against the Pelicans. I must have read that against the Pelicans as like, oh, for the Pelicans. Gotcha. I did not even like put together that he played for the flipping Spurs.
Hernan Gomez is checked in for Trendon Watford. Kyle Anderson comes in for Max.
It's a learning experience. It's only episode number 17. So
for Cody Martin. And McCollum subbed in for
Powell working around the three-point line.
From the sidelines. Let's check in
See
with
if
David
that
Aldridge.
timeout can help this Spurs team figure something out defensively. Yikes! It doesn't. Oh no! Oof.
So what? That's no reason to slow
Oof.
down.
I mean, just.
Wants them to keep the effort up, guys.
I mean, I probably shouldn't be lamenting the Spurs offense or defense so much as the play design and the execution of the Utah Jazz offense has been much better than the Spurs defense. Like I said offense, I meant to say defense. But it's just, I mean,
The pass to Giddey.
the entire team feels a step behind, and there's just a beautiful feed. Armand Gomez was just caught between. It was pick your poison. They're either going to give up probably a pretty good look at a three, perhaps, or a long-range two, or you're going to give up the dunk. I would probably rotate down to at least force a shot from distance that it feels like it has a better chance to miss. But I'm not a professional basketball player, so what do I know? Just a man commentating video games. Middleton spins and gets a kiss off the glass to cut it to 6. They're doing a good job keeping this with a 2 possession deficit here. Well, 2 to 3 possessions, 6 to 8 points or so. The problem is they're not slicing that down. They're not cutting it down. They're 4 to 6 points, I guess. 6 to 8. I'm right. I'm right. Instead, they're going to give it to the... Oh, man, he rips a 3. And that's...
You can't give up wide open threes like that.
Yikes.
What are you doing?
Just doesn't feel like the Spurs are making any sort of adjustment on what they're doing. They keep leaving Jazz players wide open for 3. On the flip side, the Jazz defense has been very good, and it feels a lot of times like the Spurs have had really difficult looks at 3. Will you stop that godforsaken noise? Are you kidding me, game? You could just play that through the entire possession? That is obnoxious. I was like, okay, it'll do it like once, and then it'll fade out, and then it did 4 times.
They're moving the ball around, playing for one another, and just piling up assists.
Pounding in my ears. Clap. I was like, okay, that's fine. There's the one. Oh, there's another one? Oh, a third one. Okay. 2K. I'm going to buy an Xbox One box to just strangle it. Oh, we missed the second free throw. Okay, so that'll...
Hard to chip away at a lead when you're leaving freebies at the line.
Williams, a screen on Hernan Gomez.
Driving inside. I'm surprised that Middleton didn't really go for the steal there. We got the luck on the miss there as Anderson will bring it up the floor.
Anderson dishes to McCollum.
Anderson to McCollum. Among Gomez with a nice screen there. Middleton down in the paint. They got to go a little bit quicker, though it is a nice move to try and free up some real estate for him to work with. Can't put the shot away. We will hit the 1 minute mark.
56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Dishes to Jones. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
4 to shoot.
Doing a good job using all this shot clock. He'll just kind of flip one up as the final seconds tick away.
McCollum looking it over.
Middleton. Mid-range 2. That one rims out and can't get the offensive rebound or putback to go. Oh, he tried to find McCollum on the outside, but I believe that's SGA in the way there to knock that ball away. And the Spurs will fall here in this one. They do not look good. They had some good runs here and there, but Donovan Mitchell being out of this lineup, I think, is a huge problem for them. They just look stilted. They look slow on the defensive end. Out of sync, out of sorts. The offense feels like it's trying so hard to create shots.
Passes delivers.
I don't know. Like, it just everything about this Spurs team feels off. Except for the second unit. I mean, I guess that's not everything, but you start to get to some of the second unit players that came in. I thought that they played a little better. Maybe that's more of a credit to the fact that the Utah Jazz had their second unit in. I don't know. It was not a pretty game by any stretch. Hopefully Donovan Mitchell will be back in the lineup soon as the Spurs fall in this one. 51-44. Pretty awful looking. Those Jazz uniforms are terrible. The font sucks. They're just both plain, like, we forgot our jerseys, so we had someone whip up some tank tops with our name on it. SGA, your player of the game. Beautiful find inside there for the jam. From range for 3, from range for 2. He's all over the floor. Near the hoop, outside of the arc, mid-range. Beautiful moves there inside in a double team. And that'll do it. Game box score. Middleton was 6 of 14 and had 9 points. Murphy was 3 of 6. All of his shots coming from beyond the arc. 3 of 6 with 9. McCollum was 3 of 4. He didn't really have, it felt like a lot of looks. I thought they were going to use him a little bit more because he was the first points of the game for the Spurs. But it felt like a lot of Middleton isolation here in this game. Anderson was 1 of 2. Herman Gomez had 3 points on 1 of 3. Over on the other side, SGA had 13 points on 6 of 9 shooting. That's a pretty efficient day. Powell, also an efficient day, 13 points on 5 of 6, and he was perfect, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc. We'll get out of here. Take a quick peek at the standings as we need to hit this and simulate through the date. That way they're accurate. 76ers win 54-33. We can take a look at some of the scores here. 61-46. The Rockets go off for 26 points in the fourth quarter to crush the Nuggets in Denver. Tight one in at Golden State, San Francisco. Or are they in Oakland? I forget. Golden State falls by 6 to the Portland Trail Blazers. Cavaliers, they fall by 10 to the Knicks, putting up 7 in the first and 5 in the third. That is not going to do it. Good one in Chicago. The Hornets over the Bulls, 59-56. And, oh, God, 55-36. The Thunder crushed by the Los Angeles Clippers. They put up 2 points in the first quarter. And it was probably just a easy coast from there. A 19-point margin of victory. The Suns beat the Grizzlies in a bit of an upset. A couple of rough quarters there, but a massive quarter for the Suns there in quarter number 2, 15 points as they outscored them by 7. They win by 1, 51-50. First game of our doubleheader, Toronto controlled that for fourth quarter, 27 points for them, 55-48. And then we had the Jazz over the Spurs. The Spurs just did not look like a good team without Donovan Mitchell, 51-44. And then I mentioned it before I jumped in here, 53-44 your final. 76ers over the Pacers. So, with that being said, let's go down and check out the NBA standings. Toronto, they hold the number 1 spot. They are 16-6. The Orlando Magic, 15-6. The Milwaukee Bucks, 15-7. The Hornets are a game behind them at 13-7. A half game back is the Knicks at 13-8. The 76ers and Wizards are 12-9. The Pacers are 11-9. Cavaliers 10-11. Pistons 10-12, and that would be the cutoff. The Brooklyn Nets would just miss at 9-11. Heat are 8-14, along with the Bulls. The Hawks are 7-13, and they have LeBron James. Unless there's been a trade that I just don't know. Let's see. 6-14 for the Boston Celtics. So some teams really not playing well, but we'll see. We'll see how the rest of this season plays out. Switch over to, I meant to just switch to the Western Conference. Jazz, they occupy the first spot in the West at 15-7. The Grizzlies, with their loss today, Jazz, by the way, won 5 in a row. The Jazz are in the second spot. They're 13-7 following today's loss. The Rockets, a half game back at 12-7. New Orleans, 12-10. Oklahoma, 10-10. The Denver Nuggets in the sixth spot at 11-11. The Spurs are 10-10. The Clippers also have 10 wins, but they have 11 losses. Sacramento Kings are under 500 at 9-10. The Lakers, who I don't think we've seen in a while. I should probably put them on 10-12. The Blazers are 8-13. The Phoenix Suns are 8-14. The Golden State Warriors are 8-14. The Mavericks 6-14, along with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So this I think I noticed in the last one as well. Like, it's only a game and a half, but it does feel like there is quite the difference between, hey, the Lakers are only 2 games under 500. Like, ooh, the Blazers and below, not looking great. It doesn't feel like there's quite that. It's like a slower drop in the Eastern Conference, but there's a little bit of a gap there between the 11 and the 12 with the 2-game difference. There you have it. Our schedule will resync with the NBA schedule here on December 11th because of the play-in tournament. I think that's the problem. So that should settle itself out. And we'll have more games for you on the 11th. We'll probably take a look at the Bucks-Pacers game on the 13th, but we'll see what happens. We'll try to find some interesting stuff for you to watch. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you next Monday. That'll be December 11th for more random rosters here in NBA 2K24. Check out this morning's video, which was something. I actually haven't recorded it yet, so I don't know what it is. We'll be back tomorrow with co-op, and then tomorrow evening we'll be back with more Mariners baseball. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later. Have a great night. Go Sports.